Startups as a new field for high-paying roles. Imagine a space where future professions appear faster than university textbooks can describe them. A world where people achieve in a few years what used to take decades, growing from junior specialists into leaders, from employees into co-owners, from beginners into innovators who reshape entire markets. This space is the startup ecosystem. Today, startups aren't just early-stage companies. They are laboratories of opportunity, attracting those who want rapid growth, maximum results, and a chance to work on the cutting edge of technology. And most importantly, this is where the highest-paying professions of the new era are born. We used to assume that high salaries belonged only to large corporations and stable industries. But the reality has changed. Ask any investor in Silicon Valley, London, or Singapore which professions are most valued today, and they won't name middle managers. They'll talk about people with rare, high-impact skills that are in demand worldwide. And what makes this even more fascinating is that many of these specialists earn not only high salaries, but also stock options, a powerful financial tool that transforms employees into partial owners of the company. Today we'll explore what startups and high-paying professions have in common, which skills are most valuable, how to break into a startup, and how this affects investment decisions. If you're an entrepreneur, an investor, or someone looking for unconventional paths to success, this video will give you a powerful new perspective. Rare skills that define high-paying professions. To understand why startups generate high-paying professions, we must look at the most valuable currency of the new market. Rare skills that are difficult to acquire, but absolutely essential for fast-growing companies. A startup can survive without an office, without departments, even without large budgets, but it cannot survive without specialists who possess rare, high-leverage competencies. Today, these roles form the backbone of the modern technology economy. 1. AI and machine learning specialists. Artificial intelligence is no longer a buzzword. It is the engine behind modern technology. Startups hunt for people who can build machine learning models, develop products based on LLMs, automate processes, improve user experiences through algorithms. These specialists already earn more than many legacy top managers, and in startups, they often receive stock options, which may someday turn into millions. 2. Cybersecurity experts. The more data a company handles, the more vulnerable it becomes. This makes cybersecurity specialists the titanium doors of any startup. Demand for them is growing faster than universities can prepare new professionals, making cybersecurity one of the most financially rewarding fields today. 3. Data specialists, analysts, engineers, architects. Startups live on data. They test, measure, forecast, iterate, and optimize everything. Whoever controls the data controls the growth. 4. Growth specialists, often overlooked, yet essential. Growth teams ensure that a startup not only exists, but grows fast and grows efficiently. They run experiments, test hypotheses, work with product analytics, manage unit economics. Demand for them is enormous, especially in competitive markets. 5. Product managers and product leads. These people connect everything together: technology, design, business models, and user needs. A strong product manager can multiply a company's value. Literally. Why specialists in startups? Earn more, the power of stock options and personal capital. Startups rarely compete with large corporations when it comes to salaries. However, they have something that most other companies don't: stock options, which are a share of the company's future value. When someone joins a startup at an early stage, they may receive anywhere from 0.1% to 3% of the company's equity, sometimes even more if their role is crucial. But why do startups distribute equity? Because they need partners who are committed to building the company, not just employees who show up for work. When the company grows, those stock options can turn into capital, which could change a person's life. Stories of developers becoming millionaires after their company's IPO are not myths. They are a reality, and it is a system that works. Here's how a startup specialist's compensation is structured. Salary, usually lower than market rates, but enough to live on. Performance bonuses, based on individual or team performance. Stock options, the potential for enormous growth in value if the company succeeds. And here's the exciting part. In startups, high-paying roles are not defined by a title, but by a rare skill set combined with ownership in the company. This is how new economic elites are born. People who don't just earn a salary, but also take part in the growth of the company's valuation. How to break into a startup and land a high-paying role? Many people assume that getting into a startup is about luck or connections. In reality, there is a clear set of rules that entrepreneurs follow when choosing their team members. 1. Show your rare skill set. Startups don't need jack-of-all-trades. They need specialists with sharp, deep competencies that can be applied immediately. If you are skilled with AI tools, know how to build data analytics, understand unit economics, know how to accelerate product growth, write clean and efficient code, then you are already ahead of 90% of other candidates. 2. Demonstrate growth-oriented mindset. In startups, there is no place for those who crave stability. What's needed is an ability to learn quickly, adapt rapidly, make decisions under pressure. Speed matters more than experience. 3. Build an impact portfolio, results-oriented. Forget traditional portfolios of past projects. What matters is an impact portfolio, a collection of results. Statements like worked on, participated in don't mean much, but these statements do. Increased conversion by 27%, reduced CAC by 18%, optimized processes, saving $100K. These are the kinds of results that get you paid more. 4. Show you can thrive in uncertainty. There is no instruction manual in startups. You are part of a team that creates these manuals. 5. Prove you can be a co-owner. Startups give stock options to those who can take on the responsibility of ownership. If you're willing to think like an owner, startups will reward you. How investors can use the understanding of high-paying roles? Investors often analyze the market, the product, and the business model. But one of the most important signals is the team. In startups, the team is not just a resource. It is the predictor of future valuation. That's why it's crucial for investors to understand roles and skills within a startup. 1. AI or data experts. Signal of technological sustainability. A startup that works with data can adapt faster and grow quicker. 2. Cybersecurity specialist or signal of product protection. Especially important in sectors like fintech, medtech, or any industry handling personal data. 3. Growth team. Signal of scaling speed. If a startup knows how to grow, it knows how to make money. 4. Strong product manager. Signal of quality decisions. A solid product manager can increase a company's value exponentially. 5. Compensation strategy. Who gets paid? What? Who owns equity? If key employees don't have equity, it's a red flag. If equity is spread too thinly, that's also a risk. A well-structured option plan means the founders are thinking long-term. An investor who understands the value of high-paying roles understands the value of the startup as a whole. What unites startups and high-paying professions? It's simple. Rare skills, high salaries, stock options, capital. Growth startups are an accelerated development mechanism. They create a space where people with rare competencies can earn more than in any other industry and build personal wealth by becoming part owners of the company. Investors, in turn, get a crucial signal. If a startup has strong specialists, it's likely to grow faster than the market. If you're an entrepreneur, form your team with rare talents. If you're a specialist, develop deep skills and build a portfolio of results. If you're an investor, look at the people as carefully as you look at the product. The world is changing, and the future will belong to those who know how to work with technology, data, and growth. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into startup strategies, investments, and high-paying professions of the future, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment with your thoughts. Let's build a future together where rare skills lead to big opportunities, and startups become the next frontier of wealth creation.